I don't hate it, because, I mean, if he gets the kill or everybody there, you get the bombs at free.
Also,
That's
I think
massive.
if you kill a site player in a play like that, you're really going to tilt Weibo for Chalet as well.
It's like, guys, what are we doing?
Another free kill for Weibo, though. You can see Team Secret are taking a lot of risks. They're playing very disrespectfully this round, and it's not working out for them. It's kind of the opposite to what we saw last round, right? Where Weibo were the ones peaking and giving free kills to Secret.
Yeah, and Secret doing step-by-step action. There is no step. We're just doing something.
Everyone's doing something separate as well, by the way.
Now Savage will try to lock the bombs at door, I think, instead, and we still see Speakeasy locking that down. Double reinforced wall, got the ace there, but no summer charges. Good nade.
Oh, and a good peek as well. That was well played.
They could maybe plant on the desk here for Blackbeard, actually. There's no vert. Hard right on the desk, there's no vert that can see it, so he can walk in.
Yeah, a little bit of vert available. Ape, though, does find the kill upstairs. That was Mowgli, the lurker, trying to take down that vertical play from Weibo, and this is the concern. Secret might be able to enter the side, but they need more kills because Weibo are far ahead. And now Team Secret rely just on Savage, on the Blackbeard. You said he might be able to find a safe plant spot here. Will plant with the shield on. Savage starts planting. It's a bait, but it doesn't matter because Upbay's got his number. Weibo find a third round.
Not the most inspiring round from Secret, but I think, again, as I said, it's one of those, like, let's just try something, guys.
Just YOLO.
Yeah, it very much seemed like it. Of course, Speakeasy had not been on that bomb site, had not found the kill. Joom gets in successfully. The entire round changes. Third operator ban, I feel like you can just say goodbye Clash here and simplify, with the Mirror, for example. I think for Weibo, it's more of like Monty or like whatever else.
Yeah, I think Monty is probably the play here. I was going to say Monty or Nomad. Nomad was actually not a bad pick from Secret.
I like the Warden ban, actually, now that I see it. You can just brute force Ying Glass and whatever else.
And I'm sure that Secret were expecting the Monty ban as well, so they knew they couldn't crutch off that anymore. Now, banning that Warden, it opens up Glaz and Ying to be really powerful operators.
Yeah. Savage is one of those OG Blitz players.
Yeah, really? Back in the day?
Yeah, he's always been playing this operator. And he's probably dipped.
His Secret got rid of 2 different shields before their third ban came in, which I actually can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But here, Weibo have left execute operators. That Team Secret, Dokubi. Yeah, I mean, Dokubi's the one. Yeah, also Dokubi was the third ban. Also, something left in, to my surprise. I feel like the Deimos and Grim, they're good, but you know, having seen how the two halves have panned out so far, I definitely wouldn't be down in that grip over, you know, Monty, even the
pick. Combined with the Ying in a blitz, you know something crazy is about to go down.
Don't peek it, Ted. Don't peek it, Ted.
Yeah, you've always said you're welcome. You got some. He knows, though, that 2 people go into the geisha area. Unlucky for him, he didn't see any of those pocket operators, the Amlo or the Blitz from Ying, so Weibo won't know exactly what's coming.
Oh! This is very cheeky. Here comes the rush. Joom coming from up below the stairs, but Weibo are finding all of the kills, and even the Ying himself will fall. It's an aggressive jump out from Reaps to try and find players on the geisha balcony, but there's nobody there. And all that remains of Secret's rush is this Amaru shotgun at the bottom of a staircase. Looking hopeless and aim. Oh, 2 frost mats.
Yeah, so Blitz jumped in geisha, and I think the second play did as well. There were 2 different frost mats that completely stopped the push.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, so they're Ying spamming, and they're going to make an aggressive play, just find a gap somewhere, and the frost trap said no.
Hovin's just actually farming on the frost mats.
It's actually ridiculous how much value that gained in that round.
You're 3-6 up, come on. Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. They're up 3-6 and they're 6-3, and they're just kind of knife. Oh! Okay, okay. Let's see if there's enough.
No, it's not happening.
Come on.
No way.
I mean, there's no one typing for Doom, so maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm down for a knife fight though. Like you go 1 for 1 5 times.
Yeah, Weibo's gonna run at him with the knife, and then Jim's
Might be-
there's no way you let the round slip.
Curious if this is a. I mean, it must be a technical timeout, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Over Jim.
Secret talking, guys. How do we lock down the following round? Because now it's getting a bit too close for comfort. Gotta show us that they can, you know, hold their own on the attack inside. Because otherwise, we can give them the exact same critique as Weibo, only going 1 at 5.5.
Of course, I mean they've only won that one attack round so far. It was a very convincing one to their credit, but I think Weibo realized, oh, I think what happened, guys, is we just peeked into every player. And he's going to go for it. Supernova in hand. Hoven, after his success on the Frost, he's just chilling outside. We've seen a lot of good Frost, haven't we, in the tournament so far?
Oh, we missed. Come on.
It's troll.
He's going to lead into him. Come on, take the bait. Yeah, come here.
Hook, line, and
Oh,
sinker.
here comes the bait.
Yeah, he's just waiting for him. Come on. Come my way. Oh, Jim, come on. Don't save it. Saving the KD for Jim, and it's a convincing round for Weibo, thanks to those 2 Frost mats on the Geisha window.
And a timeout call by Team Secret as well, on top of their already player timeout. Okay, now it's serious business time.
All right, time to lock in, says Twister. We get to look at these jump-ins from the Frost. Looks like they were trying to pick themselves back up again after those Frost. Oh, it was a different Frost map. It was on the window, I see. 2 separate windows. I mean, that's the Ying's fault. He really should have checked. You can upside down repel and see that Frost map anyway.
But they're going fast, James. There's no time to check when you're going fast. What are the odds that the first Frost brought out in that entire, well, second round, I guess you could put one round as well, would be
a Frost mat on 7-7 match point to a Frost mat.
Granted, he was in a 1v3. Yeah. You can't blame him solely,
I'm
but
trying to sell a story here, Nick.
I'm just saying it was
You don't
so
have to real
2 and a 1v3 prior on that bomb side. So when we saw the 1v3, it's super tense, 7-7,
maybe
he's walking
again,
in,
and then he walks into a
and then
Frost
it was a Frost match.
Oh, well, I'm excited to see the rest of Furia's campaign. Of course, they play later today, but it's Team Secret and Weibo that we're looking at right now, and we are potentially on the verge.
It's always awkward when you have very defender or like one side favorite map. Because
especially because Team Secret won an early attack, so they've had that point for a while.
That's right. They won
the second attack.
Second attack and round, and it's like, okay, it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
And it's just, it hasn't ended yet. We're still going. And I'm getting a little bit scared for Secret because it's not looking all that convincing on the attack side.
Weibo are looking much more solid. Last round with the Ying and the...
There's no Frost this time. True. So maybe it's gonna work. The thing is...
Nick, did you see, by the way, before Reaps reinforced this wall, he opened a hole and put a Ramai disc outside.
Did.
What's the purpose of that?
Can I catch the seller, man?
Damn, that's
yeah.
smart.
Look at this.
Are they gonna see it?
Nope.
Did they see it?
They must have seen it, yeah. So they're gonna jump in, terrace window with Blitz. So, okay, hold up. Blitz solo jump in. So Blitz has the pistol out, no shield. You make less noise this way. So he's hiding the Blitz pick. They're gonna Ying, force the rotation, and backs up with the Blitz maybe?
Curious. This is a very strange cook here from Team Secret. Arpe's trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
I don't like this.
I think he may well have heard the Blitz now. Now, aggressive play. Arpe's found one, now we have to fight the Blackbeard, he finds both! Here comes the Blitz, but there's no way for him to take that fight. Adrian going for a jog around the other side out of the map while Noah gets outside and locks it down. Team Secret goes, but lock in the knocking Weibo. Timeout.
Minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes of a tactical timeout, followed by the real tactical timeout with their coach. All they had to do was cook up one attack to lock things in, and now at the Esports World Cup.
So the pressure showcasing. I want to see more on the attacks. Of course, Chalet, the teams. Both of them are one block though. They should be ready.
Yeah. And Weibo, we know that they have a lot more in the tank than this. This is their 6th different map that they have played in the tournament so far. Team Secret, they managed to win Skyscraper for a second time after taking Falcons down in their open match last week, and that second map up after this.
Reach your impossible, Lenovo Legion.
Let's make sure we bring the mutes now.
Headphone user warning. A little too late for us as well, but welcome back everybody to Rainbow Six Siege X at the Esports World Cup, where Secret find themselves in the lead 1-0 against Weibo. And that was Weibo's mapping after starting side, and that turned out to be huge for this as well. Getting all the defense immediately playing aggressive to make sure Weibo cannot get any kind of momentum. We know this team plays really well off momentum. We know they thrive off of that. And Secret did anything they could to stop Weibo.
Suffocating Wape, who won.
There's not going to be a third time here, because instead we're going to be going to Chalet. And this is going to be Secret's map pick. So, if anything, to the next, Secret is genuinely looking quite unstoppable so far.
Yeah, especially if you think about what we talked about in the pre-show, right? I mean, Secret having beaten G2 on this map, having beaten a team like BDS on this map as well. That's quite huge. What we're looking at for Secret, though, when they go on these attacking rounds, I think that's where they kind of slipped a little bit on Skyscraper, is to make sure they're ready for
because I wrote down in my notes before this whole series began, Weibo is lactose intolerant. Now, stand with me here. They're lactose intolerant because they usually ban all the cheesy ops. On Skyscraper, they got there in the end, but at that point they could just replace it with a blitz. I don't think Weibo was as prepared as they should have been to go up against Secret specifically, and as a result, I'm a little bit worried you come into Chalet that's not your pick, and you're even less prepared.
So then for me, the question remains here when it comes to Chalet, when it comes to switching things up, adapting on the fly, which is the core and the essence of the best of threes. You, if anything, want to see that from Weibo, because Secret is already locked in. So from Weibo's side of things, what are we doing?
From them. Unfortunately, it's a bad stylistic choice for them to go up against Team Secret. They didn't get the choice, I should say. It's just a... I actually don't think it's fire versus fire. I think they need to be more structured, they need to play more tempered, and they need to deal with these problems step by step, because the late game is where Team Secret flourishes. So you need to make it to the late game to cut off that win condition.
I think from the side of Secret, then all that I'm really hearing is continue doing what you're already doing. I feel like they've genuinely found the crack, so to say, in Weibo's armor. And I think as well to highlight the fact that Weibo we were expecting to see here from NA, from Brazil. So this is already a huge feat. They get to play on the stage, they get to play in front of the crowd, they get to play face to face with their opponents, with all the lights and all the audio and all those beautiful things as well, which could make things a little bit more complicated too.
It could be, but I think this is also a big thing for Weibo, right? I mean, if we're looking at this team in general, we know it wasn't always easy for them last year, with things that happened along the lines of making it to their SI. So for them to actually play main stage, because they got to this exact same point last year at EWC, but that game was on the B stream, so despite making it to playoffs, they weren't on the main stage. They got eliminated back then against W7M. So enjoy playing in front of the fence. It could be their last map. We sure hope for Weibo
Scores, being that they are underdogs, given how many different upper echelon teams they've beaten, they need to do this comfortably 2-0. So yes, I want Weibo to put up a really good fight, take us to map 3. I am dying for it. But if Team Secret really want to be given the respect that they should have already deserved, it needs to be a clean 2-0.
Yeah, and the way to that defeat, the way to that victory, you have to actually take Secret down along the way, and that's going to be then as Weibo shot to prove to us and to prove to the world that they can do it, and this is the spot that they deserve to be in. So let's head over to Chalet, our second map of the best of 3, and see whether or not they can make it all the way to the decider.
The Esports World Cup 2025 live in the Amazon Esports Arena. They get ready for the second map. They've won three maps so far in the tournament. That's all they have played. On the flip side, Pengu, Weibo have already played 6 maps that they've already played in land
before, and also from Secret, because they have shown some fast gameplay, some slow gameplay earlier this tournament. Now you know exactly what you're dealing with. And I also think it was right on the money for the desk. Fundamentals in one stage of the round, they're not getting there. Most of those rounds on Skyscraper, they ended in about 60 to 90 seconds once that first engagement was made, which often Weibo, of course, lost.
Yeah, Hoven, Reaps, and Turdster, and actually Mentalist, who's one of the support staff for this Weibo roster, all of them did play here at EWC last year, as Jess mentioned on the desk, under the Bleed banner, of course. Yep. They made it to the playoffs, and they bet them. This time around, they've made it back to that same spot, and it looks like, unfortunately, they might be on track for the same result. Not even to win a map. They've had their own map stolen from them, and if they are to come through and find a victory and rest, it actually did look quite rocky, all things considered. Team Secret have beaten Falcons before. They've lost to Falcons before. There's play a hell of a lot over in EML. But on play day 1 here at EWC, that was not a convincing game. It came down to the final round, but the question was, can Secret freeze a 7-2 over WC 7M, and then a fairly convincing 7-4 on Skyscraper just now against Weibo. It's just the beginning for Team Secret, and they are looking in peak form.
If you're Weibo, speaking about how they made it this far last year, if they were to like exit out today, still it's a good look for them. 2-0 Dark Zero, 2 Gen, getting good experience. And I know we always say like, oh, the APAC team, you know, how far can they realistically go? But Neeby himself, the coach behind the players of Weibo, has been very outspoken. We are here for the international matches. Like, that's what we're here to play for. The same story that we kind of gave Fearx. It's not about winning domestically in APAC, because they can do that consistently. It's about actually getting further and further internationally in Weibo. They haven't been as quick to do that as maybe we would have thought. They had some upsets, some small bumps in the road. And this has been, despite what happens here, a great showcasing up until this point.
Yeah, and look, holistically, if you look back at stage 1 within the APL for Weibo, it still wasn't all sunshine and rainbows.
It wasn't.
They struggled against Elevate. Of course, the former team of Ape and Speakeasy, who is now filled with Brazilians, including Psycho, former world champion. Weibo, we thought that they would completely run through that bracket, but no, they got knocked down to the lowers. They only had a comeback victory against Elevate. We thought that this would be... we talked about Fearx, we said they're the Korean super team. Well, for Weibo, this is kind of like the South Reaps and Turdster and that old Elevate roster, Speakeasy and Ape. These are 5 of the best players in Southeast Asia coming into the same roster. We have high expectations for them. They've also got a huge upgrade, having Meepy as their coach for the first time, an international coach. It should be, all the ingredients are here for international success. When is it going to come? Because like Jess was saying on the desk, Speakeasy has been playing at these tournaments for a hell of a long time. Even Ape and Hoven, they played all the way back at the Berlin Major for Gaming Gladiators. These guys have come to so many international events before, and yet they've never made it to the top 4. This is their moment to deliver that performance for the first time.
Visum's going out. Server getting booted up, here to go.
1-0 up in the series for Team Secret, and it's time to get into Chalet. Their own map pick, but Weibo, their last chance to stay alive here at EWC to fight for that semi-final Team Secret have been in peak form. Weibo, the challengers, the contenders, can they give us more of a fight than we saw on Skyscraper?
Double shield ban perhaps sees. There it is. The Monty and the Blackbeard respected back by saying Kaid and then the Clash. So a lot of shield target bans here on both maps actually. Goes to show what kind of operators that you're expecting to come out. I do like the fact that Blackbeard gets targeted by Secret, not the Blitz or anything else like that, because we did see Weibo go onto it when Monty was target banned the first time around on Skyscraper. The question now is for me, Weibo, we gotta see more from on the attack. That's what they struggle, of course, on Skyscraper. Sege is typically an attacker-feared map. It's a whole different story now, but getting through the map strategically, because Weibo didn't make it in the building on 4 of their 6 attacking rounds. So they gotta show us immediately here that's Sege, they know the map, they can get in, they can start working those 1, 2, 3s and ABCs off an attacking round.
Yeah, last time Weibo played this at EWC, it wasn't on their maybe enough, but there is concern as we switch into that second half, how Weibo will look on that defensive side. As we get into it, we do see the shield getting locked in. It is that blitz. Like you said, probably the least favored of the shield operators that Weibo would want to bring, but Monty and Blackbeard are, of course, banned.
That's all you got. Speakeasy can play the operator. They got good bombs, that information. It's a ward and a smart choice here from Secret to say, hey, you're going to bunker up downstairs. You can see through smokes and flashbangs, of course. There's no mirror window to speak of. It's open, but not played in this one. Secret, to no surprise, playing very, I would say, like aggressive lineup. They can be very flexible. They can roam around. They can take gunfights. They're not going to hide behind utility. They want the fights, just like on Skyscraper.
Yeah, Weibo are unfortunately on the back foot early on. I don't know where Uppe just died. It looks like he was trying to lurk down below early on. Savage puts him down way too early. Perhaps that was in Mudroom. Yeah, I think it might have been. That's a very rocky start here for Weibo. They also have their Twitch drone shut out very early. Secret, again, just looking too confident.
The thing is right now, all of my master bedroom and kitchen is clear. There's 3 people here from defense. Like, you're not going to get that kill, but
yeah, and that flash still didn't land. He needed to play a little bit more conservatively. Not the read for Weibo. Speakeasy dies alone. Same for his teammate Uppe. Last time Weibo played Chalet against Shopify Rebellion, they had the Monty. That's what Speakeasy was playing all the time. Now they don't. They have to play a very different style of game.
Is, you know, downstairs alone going for a lurk play, but they didn't even have office control yet. So again, just like before, there's no pressure on the map, you know, forcing Secret to hold specific angles. So they have so much freedom to do anything that they want. Now they can just hold top blue, they can hold mezzanine, and Weibo have no choice but to go straight into the setup.
Oh, spot the player, but not finding their head. Savage finds his second, and Secret are completely locking this down. It's a bit sad to see Weibo struggling to find any down. Team Secret continue their form from Skyscraper here on Chalet with the opening round.
We've got to hit the reset button right now. Fundamentals, 1, 2, 3s. We need Weibo to play boring siege.
Yeah.
If you see that setup, you go master bedroom, you go kitchen with 5 people, and you will drone into piano, you swing out the door even. And you take this position without the bit swinging, you open up the windows, you open the soft wall, then you start flashbang clearing the shield, destroy the shield, and then you push. You're giving Secret what we call like 70-30% gunfights. Secret having when they could make them free, but first we need the clearing step. That's the basics of a Chalet bar attack. Now Weibo, I'm not saying you cannot play aggressive, you can, but you gotta do it together.
Yeah.
Abe dying alone, Blitz dying alone, no refrag, no trade, no nothing, no pressure points. That's not good enough.
That's what starts to be a bit here for Weibo. I mean, against Dark Zero, they won from a lot of very much unwinnable positions. They had a really solid performance against Genji. Both of those maps were 2-0.
Yeah.
Now, they might actually lose 2-0 to Team Secret. We need, like you said, the reset button. We know
Fire with fire. If your enemy has much more off it, and that has just been the story. Individually, we've seen the Weibo star players really showing up. I mean, I don't think I've said Reap's name more than once this series so far.
Which is funny, because last time he played Chalet against Shopify Rebellion, he got 12 kills.
Yep. I think he's got about half of that if you go for the entirety of Sky. Plus Chalet so far. It's not a, but again, they haven't shown us that they figured out just yet. Second attempt, this is better, right? Hard destruction. Open up the office wall, drone around, take library control. This is the first step. Discovery phase. Counter intel. Can they clear Zoom on the half wall? That's the second step. Can they take piano? Combined with that, also the second step. That's the big question now. One thing at a time.
Step by step, clear out these keeper barriers, start to march on forward. Zoom is actually falling back. No one to cut him off from the master window. Or from the piano window.
The tower.
Yeah, he does. Ape finds the opening kill. Where was Mowgli? All the way over in office. Spotted all the way from Fireplace. A very long angle from Ape. And finally, we start to see Weibo having a little bit of success. Speakeasy is actually down below. He wants to go on this rappel. In all likelihood, he spots a player. And he does find that kill. So good here from Weibo as they finally look a little bit more lively in the server, and they completely dismiss the defense of Secret, firing up our Weibo, and Reaps has a few choice words to say to his opponents. Finally on the scoreboard are the Southeast Asians.
So much better. That's the best round we've seen from Weibo the entire beat. Hard destruction, not sprinting around the corner for speed, checking. They had the demo check on Zoom anyway. Good backup play, good fundamentals. That's what we expect to see from them.
Yeah, more of that from Weibo, and we're going to have a really entertaining competitive game here, because I have no doubt that how much they are capable of that. And they haven't really broken a sweat since their first game against Falcons. That was the only overtime. Like I said, it was a 7-2 over W7M. Skyscraper against Weibo, it was a walk in the park as well. This might be the first time that they really have to work for it, but Weibo need to show us more rounds like that one just passed, and not at all like the first round. And if I'm Meepy and I see Weibo do another fluff round, I'm calling that tactical timeout and saying,
don't get too tilted. And the thing is for Secret, if they start recognizing like, hey, Weibo actually playing like good fundamentals, are doing like the good clear stuff, they just get it in there. Seconds. They can turn up within. They like
have a bit of cockiness here from Secret. You can see Savage peeking, even these very aggressive angles with the hollow sight. Mowgli's done to attempt to refrag his teammate, but not able to find that kill as of yet. And Savage comes in with the wall bang. 3 players from Weibo have fallen, and Team Secret again are looking well and truly in control.
Yeah, it comes down to Secret. They strike back. They will take a fight. A freebie downstairs. Yes, sir. But again, low impact. 2 versus 4. Start at the building. Ape just watching rotations. But Secret, they're not moving a whole lot because, again, they don't have to. There's no pressure on the map. They know Weibo are either in the basement being rats or out in the holding angle.
Way to them by fishing one by one. If you find these kills, but Secret have been so hot.
There is a world where a mute ban comes out because like this is annoying at this point.
Yeah.
But can you afford to ban a mute on Chalet of all things?
This is not even watching the game, just taking notes. Meepy's also taking plenty of notes. Likely to make a tactical timeout shortly. Noah finds the first one. He's going to find the second if he has enough bullets, but does have to reload. Adrian comes through. Zoom is fired up after that one, and Team Secret again in the lead on Chalet.
Faceup's going out. Waiting to see if we get attack timeout. So far, no. I guess not. First, operator bans.
Well, you get a sort of tactical timeout when the operator bans come through. Of course, the coach can speak. I don't think Meepy is, though. Flipping it up to the players.
All a bit problematic, perhaps.
They're pretty bad with it. Get rid of that Deimos. Give your roamers a little bit more flexibility. The Dokkaebi is in, however.
Yeah, also, if you, for whatever reason, for fearing a mute ban, and you ban the Deimos, you've now nullified each other, basically. True. So, there is that small thing.
I really hope that Blitz is a repick here from Speakeasy, because I did not like what I saw from him last time around.
It can only get better. I'll say that. Like, they lost Ape early. Speakeasy was feeling the need to make a hero play. Didn't work out. I don't think Blitz is a bad pick for them if they play the 1-2-3 slow pace siege.
I mean, look, I'm not a pro player, Pengy, but I'm not loving this line up from Weibo. I feel like we need a little bit more X factor. The X. Yeah, the IQ, I don't mind it. I think in tandem with the Brava, it works nicely. Brava actually Weibo liked so much that Shop Rebellion banned it against them on Chalet last time they versed. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, why is there no Dokkaebi? Like, she's such a good operator right now. If you want to go for your lurks, you pick that up better. The Gridlock as well as a play.
On of burn if you really wanted to. But there's nothing to burn. No Jaeger, no Wamai. So it comes down to, again, just what happens early in this round. Can Weibo get a foot in the door? Can they establish a foothold to work from, their base of operations? And we see the game plan Secret very clear. Shut them out. Aggressive Solarum, aggressive Master Hallway in Piano.
Right now,
the bomb side doesn't matter.
Oh, Noah.
Outside.
Yeah, aggressive and reach to go down early. Not a good game for the Chinese player. Secret are still in control, and they've got this roam on lock. Weibo don't have anyone cutting off these roamers from going back to the side.
Rotating.
And they're rotating, but also allowing Secret to rotate.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Entry into West Main, but no one's really here. Main door, finally a cutoff happens. Mowgli goes down to even numbers, but they're lacking map presence. Abe is in the building, bottom Solarium stairs, but there's no drone and there's no teamwork. He's clearing every angle himself. 3 drones alive, half round to go.
Yeah, and the result is, like you said, no drones left for Weibo. They're going to have to dry peek most of the map here.
Yeah.
And when they finally do get towards the library and Blue Stairs side, Secret have this incredibly powerful setup. We're going to need, I mean, the Grimmest Bees and 2 nades, 2 flashes and a smoke. That's not really a lot to deal with the setup that we've got here.
And there's a Warden as well to counter. So now it comes down to, again, can you clear this particular spot? Top blue in the hardest part of the bar. Attack is about to happen, and there's nobody on the library balcony. They don't have a backstepper. So, and the windows, they're closed. So Noah has full range of motion inside.
There's no one here playing on the mezzanine. Secret have fallen deep back into library, but they've got these ACOGs, and most pivotally, they have that DMR. It's Noah deep in the corner of library, finds a long angle against Speakeasy, and he's hungry for more. He is traded by Weibo, who now have control above the bomb site, but there's only 25 seconds remaining, and Secret are still fighting tooth and nail to contest in the late round. Adrian aggressively peeking the hatch on side. Weibo need to get in, and they need to have that defuse. Have to go kills Adrian. They down again. Another.
Called their tactical timeout. The final, potentially final chance for me to swap any sense into the players of what they gotta do to make this right.
And there's no way that Secret should have won that round. We need a hard reset now from Weibo. A few things done well. We need more explosivity. We need more decisiveness. We need more conviction here from the APAC team.
We need that measure twice, cut once mentality, where you're really doubling down on what you want to do, because what we saw previously, they were not in the building until Secret gave it all for free. They're back towards the bomb site. They cannot get in Solarium. They cannot. They're just gonna say Secret, they're not making it easy because they are everywhere on the map. But what we're missing is library windows weren't open up. It wasn't opened up. They were just four guys, Solarium Rappel. And it's like, well, you have one guy playing in Solarium. You can't rappel in.
The first thing you should be doing at the start of the round, someone spawns helipad, you're opening up the library windows, you're opening up the site window, you're opening up mud window.
Yeah, now there's pressure.
It's phantom pressure. Even if you're not pushing there, they have to stay away from the windows. They have to expect that you might be playing from there. Hell, you could be on the helipad for all they know. They're going to have to play more passively. You open up the balcony window, the fluke balcony window, you open up the main door as well. Even open up the door and fireplace above Snowmobile as well. Just go for really put the pressure on Secret. I mean, Chalet is such an open map. And by the way, Doom is opening it even more here with the shotgun. His long lines of sight are going to be so troublesome to deal with for Weibo. Aggressively peek window.
I think it was Doom's job to watch the helipad. Somebody could swing somewhere else.
Oh, he jumps out. Yeah, that's worth it. Oof. Yeah, and that's an oof back again. Ape, the only hard breacher, he is taken down.
Here's the issue. Once again, Secret have a player on Solarium stairs, and they can't clear him. I mean, look at the lineup. There's no nade, there's no Capital. They can spot him. The only way where it's cleared out if a Secret or Savage rather walks away for free. Like, it's Secret's choice to give the space up or not.
C4 goes out as well, and it gives him a line of sight. Although it doesn't find a kill. The bow can be finally picked here by Hoven as it rings on out. He might be meeting his match pretty shortly as Savage spots him. He wants to continue contesting. He goes on the vert angle. Turd takes a little bit of damage. His teammate is there to support him. Adrian holding down the fort. The smoke goes down, but Adrian, he spots a pixel through it. Hoven to come for the backstab, but he's not going to do enough here for Weibo. And Team Secret again take another round away from Weibo. And at this point, it's like taking candy from a baby. APAC have been sat back down again and humbled. Team Secret 4-1 on their defense with 1 round to go in the half.
Making it look so easy. I mean, Secret keep making the right decision after right decision. They're just fighting back. Strategically, there's not really a matchup here. It comes down to mechanical skill, gunfighting, and those small individual player decisions. Hoven found that gap actually on the bomb side, walked in, but it was a tough... in one position.
Yeah, Team Secret are really feeling confident. They will be ecstatic. Not even qualifying for EWC last year to now in the driver's seat and on the verge of finding a semi-final. Would you believe how much money is on the line here, Pengu? 130,000 US dollars just for making it to top 4. Guaranteed. That's doubling the current prize money these teams have earned, 75K. And of course, if Team Secret make it further than this, they will not be settling for 4th place. They will be fighting for that lion's share of the prize pool in 1st place. $750,000 on the line. Team Secret, well, they're looking their best. They are undefeated at the top, not even dropping a map, and they have continued that form on Chalet. Weibo, one last chance to find the same thing to happen on...
So it's from a bit of a struggle there for Doom. Zaps him. And again, Weibo, 2 guys, library balcony, 1 by the bar, gaming door. Doom out of trouble. Blitz EDSing, no one jumping in.
On the blitz, he's found 1 kill. Weibo out of nowhere have erupted and found their lion's share of the frags. Oh, a lot of damage done on the Speakeasy and finished off by Mowgli. Deadly with that SMG-11. However, Hoven is able to reply. It's a bloodbath in the early round. Barely a minute is done, and it's a 1v3 for Savage, who receives a few bullets his direction as he retreats back towards the site. A tall order for the Portuguese player as he waits for these Weibo players to expose themselves to these line of sights.
Now you gotta take it nice and slow if you're Weibo. Drone, use your smokes, your grenades, flashbangs. Don't touch any 1v1 engagements. Now they know where he is. Either office or piano. Now they know again. Get that diffuser, go together, but there's always a way.
Now has a really nice line of sight to contest the breach as well from safely inside of Master. As the Dokkaebi call rings on out, he's going to answer it immediately. No, he changes his mind. He wants to hold the angle. He's got a perfect angle as well on the piano, but he has been read, and Reaps puts him down. Weibo salvage their half with the second round, but it may not be enough to claim the map.
Yeah, it feels like the rounds the Weibo are winning is where Secret, they're not letting them, but it's when they're kind of overstepping or misplaying their rounds themselves. I will give praise to Weibo. They actually had a lot of pressure there, catching them by surprise. Blitz is in bar, out of nowhere,
I don't know how he did that.
Exactly, he's just in there. But if you're Secret and you're playing 5 rounds straight with no pressure from anywhere but one location, you're not going to expect that to change. Weibo finally changed it, and with that came round success. Now they go on defense, and again, the biggest thing now, if they can figure out what their issue is going to be and fix it immediately, they have a chance. But if they got to play 3-4 rounds of these without figuring out what the weakness will be from Secret, it's too late. Then you look at match point or series point for Team Secret. So we want to see Weibo being very adaptable, very flexible immediately. Recognize problem, fix problem.
And Twister and Meepy have used that operator ban phase to talk to the team. As you can see, microphone's down. Meepy still has a bit to say. Microphone goes back up. Fist pumps come out for Secret, but noticeably not for Weibo. I actually haven't noticed quite as much of that from Weibo. They're actually a very animated team, typically.
Yeah.
They have a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughter. They're real memers as well, of course. Let's not forget Team Joel. They are laughing even when they're losing.
They are, which is almost concerning sometimes, right? Because like, ha ha ha, guys, we're terrible right now. Ha, ha.
Yeah.
No, but of course, keeping high spirits is very important. One thing for sure, they're not mental booming. They're not out mentally. They're still trying to play the game. Some teams, they have a 0-5 round score and it's just long phases. They're keeping that up. Now, operator lineup-wise, they're showing us a bit of different things right now, like Lesion, roaming, anti-shield counter, when the jumps in is great, utility in the castle and the clash. Team Secret, they gotta try and control pace right now and say, hey, if we want to go fast, we're gonna make it clear, you know, step by step, do that as much as possible.
I do like this extension from Hov. And he's a great operator for it as well with those goo mines he can toss into bar.
Yeah.
A good extension here from Weibo. Team Secret, how are you going to play on the attacking side?
Oh, he's swinging.
Here comes the blitz. That's a really valuable kill for Hoven. He just needs to fall on back and play passively now. He does not need to overextend as he is spotted by Mowgli with the death mark. Meanwhile, downstairs, a player has made their way up. I'm not sure where that pressure is coming from. It looks like it's from the back door wall. Hoven knows he's quite isolated. He needs to try and take this fight, and he does! Mowgli down. Hoven's worth his weight in gold. 2 kills already, and he's baited Doom into another as Turtz has got his back. The round seemingly on lock for Weibo as Adrian steals one for Secret. But a long road ahead here for the Europeans as Weibo have such an advantage thanks wholly to Hoven.
I got a clash to deal with. Reinforced walls, at least check out the Hibana, 8 TX Kairos. What were you looking at, Savage? I was thinking the same thing. So Savage was the blitz, and he was looking in the complete opposite direction. Maybe trying to see where his teammates were on the outlines as the IGL of the team. Trying to figure out the timings of what going to be doing. Hard bridging. And you have Biggies in the the full information. You can put it down. They can't sound. There's no structure. Oh,
Aggressive swing is very winnable here for Secret. 2 flashbangs to work with here for Adrian as well. As they start to go on out. The clash is the real hindrance. As the gadget activates, Noah does get into a plant spot, however. Another flash to go down, and here comes the aggression from the Blitz. Maybe he can stick the plant. He looks to try and play the 180. It doesn't work, but he does! He's confirmed this kill, and he will be able to get the diffuser. Far too close for comfort from the 4v2 to the 1v1, but Turnster will get Weibo across the line.
Again, Weibo are showing us that those fundamentals they are working on are not really panning out because they're swinging forward, and Reeb steps out to go for a 1v1 engagement. It's way too risky. Way too risky. In the wrong play in that situation. Yes, they get the clutch factor, they get the round victory, but it's way closer than it should have been. Secret, the desk said, and you see a convincing 2-0 here for them to have a good shot in this event. For Weibo, I want to see clean rounds. Yes, they're winning, but they're not clean.
Certainly not. Team Secret look deadly. And look, even in moments like that when they're fighting.
Very much so.
Well and truly. Now, Weibo. 1 defense round at a time, that's how you unlock this. They're only 1 round behind right now, but of course the context is that by far and away, the favored side on Chalet is the attack. And that's why Weibo picked to start there.
10 seconds left.
They found 1. The second round is all they would need to meet par for the
another spawn pick attempt. Secret, they're sprinting into this one. Are they ready for it? Checking the windows above.
Oh no.
Not the door below. Another one works out. Another 4v5 start for Secret. This time losing Mowgli on the Grim.
And it's a big play. Oh my god, Reeves, that's... Well,
that's the APL special.
That is the APL special. It's also the Weibo special. Weibo loves the point. They're a little bit in that regard. And Mowgli is definitely a hot and cold player. I mean, one of the hottest, scariest swingers to come up against. But if you, and with him currently going 3 and 7 and getting spawn peaked, I think that Weibo are really leaning into the mental game here.
I think with Secret, you gotta start respecting what Weibo can do. But then again, if you are a Secret player, they haven't shown much against you so far. But now they are showing up. Gotta see them now problem solve on the attacking side. Fishing around right now in the window repels. Holding rotations. Nobody really in the building yet, actually, for Secret. A very slow round for them. Maybe expecting more aggression from Weibo just holding their angles, but right now they're playing disciplined. They're waiting.
Oh. And Reeps, they've talked all the smack likes, but they can't seem to pick up the big kill, though. As Noah goes down, tries to repel in alone. There was no support there from Secret. Ape held on to his position just fine. And now Team Secret are at a bit of a loss.
Must have thought it was Park and just like force outlet. Out of this one, I mean, Doom is rotating around. Savage still on the western window, been in the entire round practically. As long as Weibo's last round, swinging aggressively, they should once again.
Team Secret are just fishing for kills at the moment. Team Secret out of nowhere. How does it happen?
They just moved into their guns.
Weibo got ants in their pants. And Team Secret are going to take advantage. Does fail as Hoven moves into a mute jammer. But it doesn't seemingly matter. There's no one on this camera for him. Just suppose out. He does dodge it for a brief moment. Worried about that player above him. As the camera has been taken down, he needs to get back to a mute jammer as the death mark comes through. He is going to be spotted. He's Two players for Weibo try and hold on, but it's just down to Speakeasy. And Secret are on the verge of it again. Joom out of nowhere, from above, he drops down.
Again comes down, unable to play a clean round. You said it so well. Why is no one watching a top blue camera with 3 people dead? They're so slow, they're so far behind. I believe it was Turtstyle on Mezzanine walking into right here, walks into library, dies. They have top blue clan, they have blue staircase, they have Mezzanine, they know fireplace is clear. The only place an attacker can be is either in the basement, on library balcony, or on the office balcony, because you have information on everything else. You can deduct where they're going to be playing from. You shouldn't lose that round. Well,
He was one of the best players here. I think he was ranked 3rd, but all the other top players technically were on lower level teams that didn't make it to the playoffs. He's such a phenomenal player. He's so well-rounded. Such a key for reload. Today, looking better. I'm saying Jim's name a lot.
Yeah, he had a slow start there as well.
But he's looking so much better here against Weibo. And Team Secret, from the very start of this map, very start of this series, they've looked like it was a foregone conclusion. They had every ounce of confidence against Weibo, just as they did against their prior opponents in W7M and Falcons.
You see a little bit more from Mowgli though after that spawn peak death and being 3 and 7, right? Same for Reaps. I mean, I feel like Mowgli and Reaps right now are two sides of the same coin. Like, they are both these like really hot level players that play really well, and they haven't really shown up so far.
Yeah.
Reaps specifically is on both Skyscraper and Chalet is not been the kind of player he's been in the past. Often regarded as the best player in all of the APL across every single sub-region. Not that guy right now. One from Weibo holding on, just in their angle, taking library, plays double door. Gets to the wall, top floor office, and by the bomb site. But now the issue comes, light has been brought out with the 2-brow. And finding these kind of claws, well, they but can they clear them with the grenades? It will be difficult.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. That said, I'm a bit concerned here for Weibo if Team Secret start to mount that pressure on. This is well juggled here by Speakeasy. I'm keeping in the back of my mind that there's going to be temptation from Weibo later to drop players down below, and Joom is lying in wait already in Wine Cellar. To that inside.
That's true, but they should know. They saw a drone below. You can kind of do, okay, if they're droning it downstairs, it might be a guy. I think it's a rotation from Secret though. They can't get the wall. They're going to go upstairs. Solar Repel, Master
no.
Repel. A free P? Just like that? A free pick?
Ape exposing himself to Solar. Unnecessary, and it's the water to go down. The flashbangs start to come on through the air dab. It knocks Turtstyle on his back, but Weibo are able to hold down the fort. Mowgli up against the world. He's found his first kill. And I will pass him to Clutch. Hiding next to the disc. Toes gets found. It's now 1v2. And the temptation to peek must be immeasurable as the Chinese player peeks for a brief moment. Mowgli sees him. He's got to walk into this crossfire, but Reaps for him and Weibo continue. They stay alive as they draw another breath that Secret look to silence.
Great rotate, great opening pick for Secret, but Weibo are holding on. They're fighting back. They weren't giving up the maps which are free. They're fighting till the very end, and they come out victorious. I like the small mini play though, the air jabs and the rotations, the window repels, the aggressive jumping piano. But in the end, they did not find success. It does feel like Team Secret are the ones to make all the right moves right now. They're getting shut down. Weibo just holding on, playing their positions, playing their angles, but strategically, Weibo outperformed Secret in-house, and because of that, we get all points now. Because had the side been breached first before that push happens, different story.
Yeah. Still, again, it got close for comfort. And that's the story here. Even in the rounds where Weibo are looking good, Team Secret bring it back. That was a 1v2 down from a 1 versus 4, by the way.
Yeah.
And Weibo are always victim to these freebies as well. Team Secret are so good at getting themselves into these positions where they catch a player pants down. In that round, it was, I believe, Ape on the Warden upstairs inside a Master, thanks to that solar repel from Savage. Now Team Secret still have a bit of headway here. They're still 1 round ahead. Only 2 more from sending Weibo home. And this time they brought that blitz.
Usually, once they go for these kinds of or shield with the blitz, it's a fast one. And I feel like Secret, they've been slow, but then fast. With this, they can go immediately if they want to. The issue on this bump is window jumping, of course. He's currently just supporting his team. Mowgli on the roof, rotating as well. I'm not sure there's a full clear sign yet for Secret what they want to accomplish in this round.
Well, they got to deal with the player on the solar stairs, which is Reaps.
That's where this is going.
Oh, I see. The gridlock's going to restrict his mobility a little bit. He doesn't have a lot of protection here.
Oh, the vert downstairs.
He's going to have to deal with so many angles. Nade comes through, and Flash comes through. He's able to actually escape into Solarium for a brief moment. He has been spotted, but it's a direct trade between Adrian and Reaps. And given the situation, I think Reaps should be pretty happy with that outcome.
Absolutely. The flash, the nade, the trade, I mean, that's a good value pick.
And the lack of hard breach now for Team Secret.
That's true, it's the only one. Claymores on Sophia. This doesn't have any. This might be a tough one, but saving moment here could be that to find the roamers that are isolated here in bar gaming. Yep, there it is. Get the blitz active, get in there, take that kill, the 4v3. That could be the easy way forward.
Yeah, and they are 2v1. The blitz is going to have to walk through a couple in the first fight. Hoven, he finds one before he's traded on back, and again, that's worthwhile. But Savage was just too late
to make sure that Legion can't run away from the room. Instead, Mowgli goes in first before Blitz even arrives. He had time, didn't use it very effectively.
Oh, a scary moment there as the Warden peeks through the smoke, downs one, sees the Blitz now, as the Blitz brings out the pistol, wins the fight. That's 2 kills for Savage! It's all up to Toaster now, but it's a 1v1. As Speakeasy's C4 did land successfully. The revive is coming on out, and he's been spotted! Doom, can he go for this revive? He can because of the track stingers, and now it's a 1 versus 2. There's not a lot of options here for Turd. But neither for Team Secret, as both of them must fight. Secret again firing up! Weibo sat back down again. It's map point and match point for Team Secret.
Disgusting series of events. Savage gets a 2k with the pistol, 1 through a small, beautiful small jiggle there in the 2v1. Sophia, low on HP, jiggling the door with 20 health, just to wait for June to walk in and get that kill again. There it is. Clutch after clutch, Secret, they get round after round.
It's elation for the Europeans at the moment. How many rounds are they able to steal from these disadvantageous positions, throwing whatever they've got at the wall? And to think that Savage on that blitz was able to find playing pointers. I mean, June, credit to him, he's top frag in the server, but Savage has been unbelievable for Team Secret. And now, 2 match points available. Weibo, they're on the verge of elimination here from the Esports World Cup. They've been there before. They faced defeat, and they ran through that lower bracket successfully until now. They 2-0 Chen Ji, they 2-0 DZ, and now into the playoffs they go to keep their hope alive back from this.
First, they gotta earn it and show everybody that they have what it takes. Hasn't been the cleanest of rounds, but they have clutched up time and time again. And they've been flexible, playing fast, playing slow, playing utility. And for this one, they're showing something new. The Sense being brought up for the very first time to create chaos, to distract the players of Weibo Gaming. The question remains, when and where will they execute? Right now they're rotating as they have before, on the repels, on the windows, looking for a free kill. More and more aggressive as well. Going by. Two different rappel angles might be too much to hand everywhere right now.
It's well played from Secret. Oh, and they do manage to cut off 2 kills from Team Secret. While Mowgli is injured, it's not going to matter because he's going to pick himself up. Look at this from Reeves. He gets straight baited into it. It's going to be out of desperation for Speakeasy and Turd as they look for something, anything to make this winnable, but Mowgli's taking him down. Speakeasy against 4. The APAC dream riding on their shoulders. Weibo will fall apart. It's a semi-final for the youngest team at EWC. Quiet confidence from the Europeans as teams silence both and send APAC home.
What a convincing way to do it as well. Locking them like, inside the building, they're stuck like it's their own jail cell. Doom, massive performance. I was critical of him, we all have been. He is now here to play. Weibo, this wasn't their series, but how they got here, as you said, 2 on Genji and Dark Zero, they should be proud of that, and of course in the future, aim for more.
It is an early exit for Weibo. They cannot. They did as bleed last year. Secret at their debut at the Esports World Cup. They're into the top 4, and they are hungry for more. A huge victory here. And of course, tomorrow they'll play their semi-final undefeated streak, not even dropping a map thus far in Saudi Arabia. Team Secret are hitting new highs by the minute.
They got many more maps to show as well. They played 2 best-of-1s to get here. Played their first BO3 in a 2-0 fashion. They got a deep strat book. They got a good map pool. They have so much more to show that they've been keeping in the dark.
And it was such a good omen that their first match was against Falcons, who knocked them out of contention for the European Championship. They win that match in overtime. They go in to face major champions, EWC. Hope, the giant killers. After taking down DZ, Team Secret said, that's no problem. We can play BO1s, and absolutely, yes, we can play best of 3s. 2-0 over the Southeast Asian roster, and Team Secret did it in style.
There we see how much it means to the players. I mean, Jim's been popping off in the player camps every single round victory. Yes. He'll get 0 kills in a round and still just be screaming.
Yeah. Intensive game from Secret. They are through to the semi-finals, and we've got an interview up on the stage.
Standing by with semi-finalist Noah here of Team Secret. Noah, you looked almost in shock when you clinched up victory there.
Yeah, I mean, that last round just froze the entire time. I didn't realize we even won the game. It felt so good, you know. Yeah, I'm just so happy.
It was the first time you've made a top 8. It's now the first time you've ever made a semi-final on a main stage like this. How much are you enjoying this moment?
I mean, it's incredible. I love doing it with this group of guys. You know, these guys are like my favorite people ever. I love these guys to death. Be right there.
Right next to you.
I want it. I want it.
Drop out.
Really confident going into the game.
Personally, you've seen a bit of an astronomical rise recently as a player. You're one of the top in EU right now. How much are you just loving it? And what's brought on this big change, do you think?
a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat, you know, behind the scenes. You know, it's not just all fun and games. You know, sometimes you really got to go through and work really hard, work for long hours, put in everything you can. And something I've really learned, you know, is just that whatever you want to do, you can really do it if you just push hard enough. And I came from the bottom, and now I'm here, so I'm just really happy.
Started from the bottom, now you're here. And if you do want that trophy that you've already said you desperately want, Shopify Rebellion or SSG, who do you want in the semi?
I want Shopify Rebellion. I want to get that game against Spoit. I want to see the Sweden versus Sweden and see who takes that crown. So.
Cool guy, great interview, fantastic game. Best of luck in the rest of the tournament. Back to you guys in the studio to discuss that one.
All right, Noah. That was such a good interview. He's feeling it. Respect.
I loved his energy there because usually he's quite a tempered person, you know, and then he's come out and gone, I want that trophy. I'm confident with what we're doing. We're putting in the hours. I mean, spit. Let me know what's up.
Hell yeah. That energy's so good. I love it. We're also really glad to see he's picking a team he wants to play against because we so often have these players like, oh, we'll play whoever. It doesn't. It's just, you know, the best team, and I would love.
We pull up a head tweet. I have to stay.
Maybe we're gonna get to that at some point. Shopify is playing later today against SSG, so we'll see how that plays out. If NA history repeats itself, whoopsie poopsie. We'll see. But you know what I really liked him mentioning? We started from the bottom. Well, he started from the bottom, but Secret in general did start a little bit from the bottom, if we do say so ourselves. Because when we were looking at EML and their way into here at EWC, it wasn't that they were the big dogs, the top shots that we were even thinking we're going to qualify. But then they're literally one game away from being in the finals, 2 away from winning the whole thing and actually touching that trophy. And they get to crush another key.
Oh, they're waving to it.
Oh.
And they're waving.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they were getting so active as well after the game, that was a
that was Mowgli. That was Mowgli getting
animated.
Beef they have. I mean, it's been squashed now.
Maybe it's just like natural. Maybe he's got the dog in it. I really love this side of Secret that we're seeing because it's not just the fact that they have hit the ground running with the best of ones that they played. We were asking a lot of questions of, okay, we haven't seen them play a best of 3 yet. Do they have the stamina to be able to do so? Are they going to be able to do so? It's on the stage. They don't have that experience either. And every single question has been answered with yes.
Yeah, but isn't it crazy that this team hasn't even lost a map yet, and they've moved on to the quarterfinals while doing so? That's actually insane. We can obviously the same goes for Virtus Pro and the same goes for Shopify Rebellion, but they haven't played that best of 3 yet today, and that's the big thing for me to go into the quarterfinals flawless currently. That is insane momentum for Secret.
I think that's also a little bit of a scary situation to be in because it is like, when are you going to get that reality check that you are not necessarily invincible? But that game against Falcons was so incredibly close. I feel like that could be the closest potentially that they get to the reality check. But this is not a roster that's gonna get in over their heads and be like, oh yeah, we got this.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they've always respected their opponents regardless of who they are. They came into this Weibo game very animated, as Anne would say, and they were very happy with the win. I actually thought Weibo played quite a bad match of Siege, and I come from APAC, so I could say this without the bias. I was really upset that they were lacking all the fundamentals that I was hoping they would bring against Secret, because that's what you need. So I think Team Secret, they definitely won, but they were also given the win in some sense. So I like that you brought that up, Ginny. I think they need to be careful about how much they take of this as a win and really improve themselves for the next matchup.
I think as well, on the topic of Weibo, we really do have to sing their praises because, again, it is from the APAC region, and that's the region that we very often and usually always the first region to be out and that we count out as well. And I think Weibo has shown that this is that super team from APAC that we all hyped them up to be and we all expected them to be. And if anything, the feat that they've had so far here at EWC is something to be proud of.
It is, and it's also good practice for them, you know, given the tournaments we've got coming up internationally. We know we talk about the quality in APAC maybe not always being what we desire from it or what we wish from it. So being able to play against these big international teams on a stage like this for Weibo is huge, because with the future coming in, you learn so much from these games.
And I have to shout out the fact that the APAC teams, you could verse, and then you started to dig into the pool of your opponents inside of your league. So that's where it becomes tricky in APAC. I do sympathize with them. You don't have a lot of scrims that you could do at high quality in the region. So coming to an event like this, they'll be able to go back to their player rooms and continue to scrim, be a really good scrim partner for the remaining teams here, and it won't be a risk. So I think that's awesome. That's huge advantage and experience.
Yeah, but Secret are the ones that walk away with the win here, which means that one of their players is also going to qualify for the Sony match MVP. Do we want to throw out a little feeler of who we think it's going to be? No, close your eyes, both of you.
My eyes are closed.
Well, and her eyes are open, so it doesn't count. It's all right. It is going to be
expect someone else to be here. I mean, when we're looking at this performance from him, it's actually insane how he stepped up. Not always happening during EML, but it happened today.
Yeah, I think he's like the silent ninja of the team that when they need him most, he's able to come in and get the job done. He plays a plethora of operators that I particularly love, and both attacking and defensive wise, I think he's the weapon that Secret needed.
Yeah, I mean, we're singing Joom's praises right now, and he's had a phenomenal series today. He's had phenomenal last 2 games as well. I mean, it was like towards the end of the first best of 1 that he started coming online, and we're like, this is what we wanted to see. And it's really nice to see that he's kept that consistency, and they're able to keep that going. But, you know, we also have one of his teammates joining us. Savage, thank you for your time. Welcome to the desk.
Thank you.
Do you agree?
Joom's performance today, give us some words.
I mean, he's just a crazy player. Like, he's like the kind of player that I think any team in Europe or any region, if they could get Joom, they would. Like, he's just...
Oh, you got to lock him down then. You got him locked down, yeah?
I think he's happy, but hopefully. But
what do you think makes him so special then?
I think he's just a different player, I guess. I don't know, like, he's just unpredictable. He doesn't do the same thing twice, and he can do a bit of everything. He can lurk, he can entry, he can do anything, like, really. And obviously his gun skill, obviously, is very good, gifted individually as well, so that helps a lot, obviously.
Now let's look at the bigger picture in terms of Team Secret as a whole, because you guys had a really good event so far. Win the first best of 1, win the best of 1 against Falcons. Now you're winning your first best of 3 against Weibo. You're basically 2 wins away from actually getting that trophy. What? Oh, I saw the smile on your face. Yeah, that's the situation that you guys are in. What happened between EML to now for you guys to unlock that potential?
Honestly, I think in EML we came third, but I don't think we played that bad. Like,
I agree.
For me, like that game against G2, we were really tired on the playoffs. Like, generally, like, it was an excuse. We were just really tired, and we still took them to the third map. But then again, game against what was it? Falcons. The second time that we lost, we gave them that game. Like that, we had the 6-2 lead on labs there. We troll almost every single round of that. Like, came down to 1v1s a lot. So I think we were playing as good, really well on land. But I honestly think.
I am so glad you're saying this, because I said on the pre-day one to maybe watch or a dark horse. How many times do we say that about you, and how many times do you need to win before people start going, actually, this is one of the top dogs of EML, we need to start putting respect on their name? Do you think maybe it's a little bit because EML never really had that depth? It was always like the top 2 teams. There were never strong competition, and now that there is, with you guys being there, do you think people are just lacking the respect because of that?
Both majors we lost obviously to Falcons,
right?
So I think maybe people don't have that in consideration. You know, that they were like the team to beat at that time. They were easily top 2, and both times we got eliminated by them, and both times they were close games. So I think maybe just they see these quarterfinals, and maybe they think, you know, we don't play that well because we're not.
So if it's not Falcons and it was any other team, you think you would have the respect?
I think so. I think so, but you know.
I mean, we had the power rankings as well. Came to the teams that we thought were going to be doing really well, and we put you guys actually as contenders or favorites to win the event. I will be completely honest with you, that was not on day one. Okay, on day one you guys were on sick. We were like, maybe, they have a really tough bracket. But now that you are in the top with the favorites, with the likes of G2, Shopify, VP, do you agree with this ranking? Do you think there is any other team that we should like move around?
Well, I've got really bad sides, so I don't know.
Okay. VP, Shopify, Secret G2 favorites.
Favorites. And then what's the second?
Furia SSG for contenders. You know, they can win this event. And then rosters.
Weibo's out. No, NIP, I agree completely. Like, because now we scrimmed them, like, most recently, and they are quite good. You know, they're quite a structured team.
Oh.
They play quite a good Siege, you know. I know they are on the third map now against G2 as well. They're giving them a show. So I think that's the good lists. You know, I don't want to call out any teams because I don't know who I'm playing against, but maybe.
Do you have a favorite you want to play against?
Be honest.
I want to play someone that I haven't played, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure who I can play against. Like, I don't know my side of the bracket. But I just want to play someone that I normally don't play against because I don't want to play a EU team because we just play them all the time.
Yeah.
So NIP would be okay, Shopify would be okay. You know, I just want to, you know, have something different because playing Falcons every tournament gets a bit boring, you know.
Yeah, especially when you got the Falcons curse. Maybe it's better to verse someone else.
I mean, they're out, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, look, you took care of that really early, so that's fine.
Yeah, better to do that now than to have to play them, you know, in the semis or finals or, you know.
Oh my goodness.
I think everyone's like very grateful for you guys taking them out. Whoa, I was talking more about the team's perspective. Okay,
I want a new winner, Ginny. I am biased for a new winner. That's all I care about.
I like the Falcons guys, but I was thinking the same when I saw them was losing. He's like, you've won 3 times, man. Let someone else win.
Someone else chance, yeah. I'm with you.
You guys took care of that. Finals, we'll see who your opponent is going to be. Over, it is 1-on-1, which is actually really close. I think when we're looking at this matchup just for G2 NIP, I don't think we necessarily knew. Yeah, what the? You could go crazy.
Oh, yo, hold on. I was busy watching the Team Secret game. Obviously, I got to do my job and analyze the game. What am I looking at? Okay, fair enough, right? Bank is one of those maps that I put as a partial specialty map. One of the more specialty maps right behind Consulate, Skyscraper, those ones. That's a map that if you're really good at as a team, you tend to stick being good at, and other teams will avoid taking you there. So if NIP is really sharpened that up, that's not a surprise.
On that, we've seen amazing bits from them. They are the ones to defeat that big witch that Falcons had on this map.
In the content game, just right there to put everybody on the edge of their seats, and maybe this is what they're doing.
How many years have we said G2 saving strats? Like, I don't think they're saving strats. I will say Savage did just sit here and said that NIP is underrated. We've scrimmed them. They are way better than we expected them to be. So, okay, a little bit of, flowers for the NIP boys for what they're doing. I'm very interested to see what's going on with map 3. I know we're running our desk, but production on another TV, can you put on the game for me? So
I mean, you know what? We're gonna let you go completely to watch the game. You can leave because we're gonna be heading over to a break, and we're gonna be coming back with the second best of 3 of today. Furia going up against VP, the last remaining potentially Brazilian team, and we'll see which one gets sent home and which one gets over to the semifinals. Stick around. We'll be back shortly with Furia at VP. Coming up next.
Cara, eu nem sei por onde começar. Hoje a gente tem a maior batalha das nossas vidas profissionais aqui em Riad. Tudo se resume ao dia de hoje. Ou a gente se fortalece como time, ou a gente vai desmoronar. Kill por kill, play por play, até o fim. A gente já passou pelo inferno, confia em mim. Todo mundo aqui lembra do Stage 2 ano passado, né? Quando a gente não classificou pro Major. Mas o que importa é que a gente renasceu das cinzas, a gente voltou, round por round. E só se aprende a ser forte quando você perde as coisas. Esse time voltou mais forte. Aqui a gente joga pra vencer. Aqui a gente dá o sangue pela vitória.
Isso aí, bora.
Nesse time, vocês sempre vão ter alguém que vai lutar até o fim com vocês, que vai se sacrificar por vocês. Porque vocês sabem que quando chegar a vez dele, ele vai se sacrificar por vocês também.
Isso aí.
Isso aqui é um time. Ou a gente se une agora como equipe, ou a gente vai cair como indivíduos. Chegou nossa hora no EWC. Isso aqui é o Sege, é só isso. Agora é nossa hora e a gente vai ganhar isso aqui. Olha bem pra vocês. Olha pra cara um do outro. Vocês são vencedores. Bora. Pera aí, cadê o Ertz? Ertz, que p é essa, cara?
Ué, Pox, você não falou pra estar pronto pro EWC? Eu tô pronto pro EWC.
Vamos! Indeed, welcome back everybody to Rainbow Six Siege X at EWC Playoffs Day number 1. Winner advances to the semifinals and the loser is going to be sent home. And from the looks of it, Furia is more than ready as they're going to be going up against VP. I'm Ginny, joined with Anne and Leo. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
What time is it?
It's yap time.
Hey,
I looked at my watch, was like, huh?
No, it is time to yap. He said it before we went live, and I just wanted you to say it on stream. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
You can get me to say anything on stream, apparently. Almost anything.
Okay. Anyways, thank you. Furia VP is the game that we're going to have to look at. And this is super interesting because you're looking at VP and they are also one of the teams that went through the play-ins unscathed. They played 2 best of 1s and they were chilling. Furia, however, had a lot more of a difficult road going up against W7M in a best of 3. So this is a test of, is VP ready for the best of 3? Do they have the stamina? Can they do it? Are we... considering they also have the least rounds played here?
Yeah, I will say, first of all, I think it's a rematch from, in my opinion, one of the best match of Siege esports ever. It's a direct rematch of the lower bracket grand final of SI 2024 in Brazil, Sao Paulo. One of the craziest one ever. And this one, in the BO3, I'm expecting a barn burner.
Yeah, and I know you are really looking forward to this match, which is why you're kind enough to prepare a Telestrator segment to highlight the level up and the glow up that we've seen from VP.
Absolutely. So when you look at VP right now and you think, what do they need to do right now to beat big teams? And one of the things that were, I think, stopping them so far were the playstyle. They were too slow. It was the operators. They were not playing shields. They were not playing meta. And it was the map pool. Now let's take an example at real footage now. Let's take an example of their game yesterday against Dark Zero. Now we're gonna see something, guys, and that is a cash defense from Dark Zero. And we're seeing a triple extension right now on the side of DZ. As you can see, you have Naif playing in master bedroom, holding the windows, and also holding Jacuzzi Bridge. At the same time, Citizen here is holding main stairs and office drop, and NGR can support him from construction, supporting the fallback, but also in sort of a crossfire. Now, when you see a triple extension like this, it's made to burn time. It's made to prevent VP to attack quickly. Now, let's take a look at how VP changes their playstyle. First of all, they are bringing a blitz, and that's new. They didn't bring blitz before, but also they bring a buck. And they use this vertical play here to make sure that the master player cannot rotate into office. As soon as they've done this, they go in, drone the office, they see no one is here, they spot the con player. Then they will go and drone again from the windows, and they drone the master player here. That's Ella, and that's going to be the first target of Virtus Pro. Now, how do you problem solve the Ella when you're a shield? You cannot go in, you know you're going to get Ella'd. So now let's take a look at the direct team play. Buck comes from downstairs and starts bucking holes at the same time as Blitz is pushing that Ella away. The goal here is not to kill Ella, but to move her away to rotate into construction. And who's ready to punish anyone from construction? Shepard, who gets a kill here, which means that Pasha can then run in and kill the Ella that's running away. And then Buck can go upstairs and kill the player that was in construction in the span of 30 seconds. What did we see? VP get aggressive, get the information, and get a triple kill on the extension. Only a single until there. Look at this guy. Nave, completely stuck alone, way too far from the bomb site. And so when Nave gets a kill here, they're aware only one roamer remains. So the rest of the team, what do? They collapse. Stan here is ready to walk in server. Joystick pushes the last tanker on side with the blitz. Shepard is gonna go and rappel in and go from construction into cash. And at this moment, Always can take the 1v1 onto Nave as the rest of the team collapses on the bomb site. What's new here from VP? It's the playstyle, much faster paced. And at the same time, what do they use? Grim, Blitz, operators that we did not see before. And that's a great example, I think, of what has changed in VP.
And I love that. I mean, this team has had so much time to cook in the shadows, right? After SI, we didn't see this team for about 4 months. It allowed them to play with these newer operators, with newer maps and everything. And I think we need that as well, because let's be honest, when we look at SI for Virtus Pro, and in particular against those Brazilian teams, it wasn't looking all too pretty. The only game they lost in group stage against a Brazilian team got knocked to the lower bracket of playoffs by a Brazilian team. So in general, the history, Virtus Pro isn't doing too hard against Brazilian teams. I mean, Nikita was here yesterday. He was talking about it.
He was scared of it.
But a Brazilian team.
Oh,
because we know how difficult it is for us.
But that's like he cursing. He's like, oh, we don't want to do that. But then like eventually, like, you know, the scripts, this entire event has just been full of sick jokes. So they were like, oh, you don't want to play Brazilian team? There you go. But I also think what's really important to touch upon here is the fact that when we're looking at Furia, it's not the Furia that we're used to. It's not the top peak echelon Furia of like, we are so locked in and ready to go. We've seen them make a lot of mistakes that we usually do not expect from or see from this roster at all. And I think that puts Virtus Pro in a really good position because they are on the complete opposite of that scale, where they have leveled up, they've taken the time, they've really studied what they want to do, and they've also had that one day off on top of that.
I actually disagree with you, Jenny.
Ooh,
I
okay.
actually think that Furia is in a favorite position. My reasoning for this is VP so far, they're here only because they qualified on day one. Like you said, they only won 2 BO1s, but that's the story of VP. They have a restricted map pool, they're amazing in BO1s, and then when comes BO3, what did we see in EML playoffs? They struggled. They're the 4th seed coming from Europe. What do we see from Furia? In the last 3 months, I've seen them play in SAL. They struggled the whole BO1 group stage, they struggled really hard. As soon as they reached playoffs and LAN, they destroyed everyone one by one, going all the way in the lower bracket. It was a crazy run from them. I think they get better, the harder it gets for them.
Yeah, well, that's a really good counter argument. I'm going to counter argument and say VP has had a whole day to rest. They also had a chance to see more map and then another best of 3. So when we're looking at VP, considering the brain as well that they have behind them when it comes to all the prep that they're able to do, I am not too worried. I think this is going to be a very close matchup, but this is also a roster that has been together for a very long time, and they have gone through thick and thin together.
That is the big thing, right? I mean, this roster being together for such a long time, getting so many reps under the belt. What was huge for them as well doing email was playing on that bootcamp, playing with that lower ping. I mean, we know how good they are on LAN. It's because they have little to no ping. I mean, that's what happens when you play on the LAN. So I'm so excited to see them again. And in this best of 3 today, like you said, with their background staff, they should be cooking against the Brazilians.
It's a wealth of experience, and it's a wealth of experience that knows how to rejuvenate themselves. They've improved, they've changed a lot of stuff because they want to perform. That's the real story for me. They've struggled so far at reaching the same heights as in SI in Sao Paulo. Now they need to change.
Yeah, and ahead of their game against Furia, Lax also had a combo with them, so let's see what they're said.
All right, we got VP approaching us with Joystick holding the key and Dan the man. Dan, we got history. I got history with you guys, obviously through my career, through your guys' career. I just kind of want to ask you, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited to play the game against Furia. We want our revenge, and I hope we can make it here.
I was gonna say, it's funny you talk about that revenge because you know obviously when the last time you played them was.
On SI, I think, in Brazil.
SI 2024.
Yeah, we trolled the game and let them win the tournament. It was our tournament, maybe now it's our time.
Okay, so you obviously acknowledging that this is a rematch. Sorry if I knocked your backpack off you. You acknowledging that this is a rematch. Which I'm sure you're aware, it's not funny for you, but obviously, given the past 3 major events that you've attended, which was SI 2024, you lost to a Brazilian team, ends up winning the entire event. You then fast forward to Montreal. You lose to the new W7M roster. They win the entire event. Just recently, at the most recent SI, you lose to FaZe. They end up winning the event. All Brazilian teams. It makes me question, if you get this win over Furia, theoretically, you should then be the winner of the Esports World Cup. How do you feel that that might be and could pan out?
It could be the main thing. I think that match will be like against two teams that deserve the title. And I hope we will be the winner during this game, and I hope we can, and we will keep this energy until the end of the event.
Absolutely, Dan. Well, obviously, I want to say good luck, brother. You deserve it. And that's us. Oh my God, that is it from me here with Virtus Pro. I'm gonna send it back to the desk, and you guys can break it all down.
All right, Lax, I love the theory crafting towards the end of that interview. You lose to the team, the Brazilian team, every single time that actually ends up winning the entire thing, which means that if Furia wins today, that could mean that they win the entire thing. But you know, as Lax was saying, if VP wins, that's pretty good odds.
It really is. I mean, it might be some bit of copium thinking that if you beat a Brazilian team, that's all the final hurdle you need to clear to actually go and win the event. But I would say they would look really strong. If they do clear Furia here today, it's looking very good for them to progress in the tournament and do get to play that final that's been a little while since they got to play one of them finals.
Yeah, I do feel like it's really funny how they used to be complete opposite playstyle. You had the really slow and methodical VP that only plays tactical, and then you have the one team that has the best gunplay in the world. I think that has changed a little bit. One more thing that's really interesting, looking at the map veto that we're preparing before, both of these teams actually love the exact same maps.
Yeah.
So whatever maps we're going to end up with, they will have an incredible level on them.
All I'm hearing is that we are promised an absolute banger of a game. So you know what? I really hope that it does live up to these expectations, because now I'm excited and then watch the script just crumble all down. But it is Furia, though, that they're going up against. And you've already touched upon it, and you know, you've kind of been their advocate where you're saying like, oh yeah, they did play the best of threes, and yes, they had a really difficult run. When you look at SAL, when it comes to those best of ones, and they ramped up as they go, and we're no strangers to that. We've seen Furia do it at SI when they were still under the W7M banner. We know that this is a roster with insanely talented individual players, dare I say damn near perfect, and they do not crumble under pressure. They can make miracles happen out of thin air somehow, but they were still shaky even in the best of threes that we've seen yesterday.
Let's have a look at, obviously, I mean, this team yesterday, it was so difficult for them. They lost that first map. Then on the final map, I really want to talk about it. I think I could talk about it for hours and hours on end, because it was really looking like W7M were going to take it. Some individual moments where it seemed like Furia didn't play out their 2v1s correctly. It had to come down to the final round, 2 full overtime. And what does Hertz do when they need him the most? He jumps out. Look at his stats right now. He's not doing too shiny for himself, but he gets a major jump out, kills 2 players, and will actually get a quad kill for this round, stepping up when this team needs him the most and when it really looked like it was going to go in the way of W7M. So this confidence on the map point to either face elimination or continuation in the bracket is bizarre to me. But when we're looking at his stats, this is the big storyline for me. Hertz has always been that shiny player. He's always used to drop insane stats, and he's not really doing this so consistently anymore. I mean, he's stepping up when they need him the most. Did that during the SCL playoffs as well, but in general, it's not looking like we're maybe used to seeing these shiny numbers from him.
I'm a big fan of this guy out of the server, but in the server, he's the kind of player that I would hate as the IGL, because I was a traditional IGL, and this guy is completely crazy. He will take unfavorable gunfight any day of the week. He will go crazy, he will go aggressive. He's the X factor in Furia. And he struggled really hard during SL, during the whole group stage, and then came playoff, dropped more than 100 kills. This guy, he's there when it matters.
But that's the thing where I said, you know, they can make magic happen out of thin air, and this is a very big piece of that puzzle where when you're going up against Furia, like, you know, I mean, you can be down on the last map, in the last round, and something crazy is going to happen. And we're looking at a team like VP, who admittedly does like to play a lot more methodic, oh my god, with a lot more methodology. It is gonna be scary because they're gonna throw a spanner works, but also yes, in VP fans, that's a scary situation here.
I was listening to the concert of the fans, and let me tell you, I could feel the flashbacks from Rio, that I was there a couple months ago only, and then from SI in Brazil, where their fans are so crazy. They're so crazy with the drums. I can't wait to hear them in the crowd.
And I can't wait to hear what they had to say to Lax ahead of the game.
All right, there they are, my Brazilian brothers from another mother. Felipox, how's it going, my boy?
Bro, all good?
I'm doing good. I mean, the bigger question is, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. After yesterday, how could I not be feeling good, bro?
I've talked to you, I've talked to Igor. Something that we've criticized about your gameplay and that you've been aware of is the lack of teamwork, is when you guys can actually play together, you guys can make a lot happen. And especially in that match yesterday, that huge comeback, we saw far more teamwork. And I feel this has been a constant struggle for Furia since SAL and coming to here. How are you going to correct that now going into this matchup today?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's the lack of communication in the beginning of the matches and these games. We are entering map 1 like not communicating, not being ourselves. When we can do that, then we start being ourselves, and let's try to do that today from the round 1, from map 1, and be ourselves. Yes,
absolutely. I mean, you guys obviously showed resilience having that comeback. I want to ask you, do you know the last time you played VP?
It was on 6th Invitational, lower bracket runs.
It was the 6th Invitational. Obviously, that was even a close game, and it went all the way to border map 3. Super close. Now, is there anything that you're going to do here to go against a team like VP? Very structured, very stick to the plan. They stick to the plan very. Is there something that you're going to try to just get over that wall? Break through that wall with your aggression? What's the approach?
Yeah, they are a team known for doing the same thing over and over, and that's what we're going to do today.
You know, I've been asking
that in the match, so I won't choose now. Anyone that comes, I will win in the 1v1 to get to the semifinals and get it done.
All right, well, you heard from Felipox and the boys here at Fear. They are ready. They are going to pounce on their opponents from BP, and I'll send it back to all of our queens on the desk.
Ooh, you look queen.
I'm a queen now.
Hey.
Great. I'm loving it. Thank you, Lex.
Welcome to the club.
Oh,
How's it feel?
all right.
It's like a promotion.
Oh, yeah. Is it a promotion? Yeah, that's a promotion. Because I used to be the prince, and now I'm the queen.
Ah, you get like up there.
I
respect it. Either way, actually really good. I was like, the way that Felipe was, yeah, it was in SI, it was the last time we played him. He's like, that match is like etched in their memory, which to me,
like that SI that was so important for them. They were on a major streak. I mean, major streak literally in that year as they won both majors. The only thing left for them to do was win SI. The only thing left to do for Furia right now, especially with Falcons being out, is to win EWC. They've checked every single event off their list if they do so. So yeah, surely he does remember that, and he's looking to do it again today.
Yeah, like we've heard it from the players themselves as well during the media day and the interviews where they're like, yeah, like this is the only event that is missing to do it. But we are going to be throwing it to a very quick, short little break because we're going to be back. We're going to grab your popcorn because that is absolutely essential for this matchup. We'll see you soon.
me is better.
Trash talking. I would say it's a fair fight. Can I put it even? Okay, even.
Alemão. I am very professional.
Maybe.
Alemão, because Alemão lost more losers, so more rages.
Hurts. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't rage, never. I'm a chill guy.
Alemão, of course.
Me. Yeah, I'm terrible.
Oh, Alemão, of course.
Hurts. Yeah, I own G2, so I can't really get kicked.
Alemão, all time.
G2, of course. Us. Hurts.
All bad things, Alemão.
And all good things in you.
Good things in me.
That's so nice to see the players. I mean, it wasn't... Okay, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was so much fun to record this content. And, you know, it was really funny because after Hertz was done with the piece and he went out, all of Fury was just there like, Alemão, because every answer was just Alemão. But they're not playing G2 today, they're playing VP, and that is going to be a different kind of battle because it's also, I think, one to touch upon here is the fact that it's not like they play them often. So yes, you watch the vault, yes, you can see the two best ones that we've seen them play, but you're never really
5 years.
No.
What did you think? What did you go ahead? Come on.
No. I thought you were counting the days of like your employment or something, or retirement. I don't know.
My retirement? No. Maybe I was counting the days since my last title. Oh, wait. That's never. You know what? I've read a book yesterday and I was like, what's the best strategy when you're getting bullied on the desk? And it say attack yourself first. No.
Lie.
Hey, that's pretty smart strategy.
Makes me feel guilty.
I don't think that's a strategy that's going to work in game. I don't think that losing so that your opponent doesn't beat you doesn't really work. So I think both teams are going to need to put in the work. And looking at this, yes, like you've said, it's been a really long time these two teams have played each other. And I believe that when looking at this, VP has put in the work to change things and make sure this time they would win. Whereas Furia, they're still the very same.
Yeah.
They go through harsh battles. They leave to have these incredible individual skill players, but their core playstyle, it's not really changed. One thing though, with new Segex, they abuse the operator bans a lot more than anyone.
Yeah, something that you also mentioned is the fact that when we're looking at both of these rosters, and is that they have very similar map pools. So with the map veto coming through as well, I think no huge surprises should be coming out.
Should be next of map veto, especially in their best of ones. Like there's these newer maps they don't like to play, and then these older maps coming back into play. But when we're looking at the map veto, Virtus Pro picking a cafe first.
Yeah, and that is not a surprise because it's a map that everyone avoids against them. In fact, they've only played it 3 times in 2025, having played SI, having played an entire season of EML. You're like 3 times is not a lot for half the way through the year. Well, it's because they've won it every single time in 2025. It's into one of the best map of Furia, currently sitting in 2025 on a 9-win streak on Cafe, 100% win rate.
Not be here.
No, and I'm looking at the next map. It's a Furia bank pick coming out for this one. I mean, it is a stronger map for them, but then we do look at it. Just would not want to play Virtus Pro on this map whatsoever. Remember speaking to the players as well, like teams in EML don't want to play against him. It's often a 7-0, but in recent times for Virtus Pro, it's been a weaker map. They're on a 3-loss streak on this one, losing it to, for example, Genji, losing it to G2 over in EML. So with this,
we're going to be going
not 20 days.
And that's exactly the map that was played as that final map in the series, and it's also a really good map between these two teams. When we're looking at it, it's a high preference map for Virtus Pro. The map that's probably their best map over on the side of EML.
And it is the best map of Furia. It's also sitting on a 9-win streak on Border in 2025. 2 of those maps are 100% win rate, 18 wins in a row in total. combined. And they picked, it's not even their pick. Cafe was picked by VP and the rest is a decider. They picked another map and the two others are their two best maps right now. It's insane. It's a really good map veto for them.
Honestly, the way that it sounds right now is top dog above top dog, and then it's just who's going to be the top dog, because both of these teams are absolutely unbelievable on all three of the
Top
maps.
tier
that they
analysis.
have. Yeah, thank you. You know, that's why I'm the host. They're absolutely incredible when it comes to... Wow, that threw me.
Oh, I cook you. Yeah, I can cook you as well. Are you just discovering my fire?
Maybe ask for the book later.
Yeah. At least it didn't call me mean, so we got that going for us. But it's when we're looking at Furia VP, I think this is probably the closest, potential one of the closest BO3s that we're going to be seeing today, because the one that we had earlier today, when it comes to Weibo, they weren't really able to get under Secret's skin. But I feel like the history that we look at it from the side of VP, when we look at the history that Furia has with them as well, we'll look at the map picks, we look at how both of these teams have started the event, and I think Philippak's also touching upon it, where he's like, yeah, usually our first map is not that